One of the greatest weaknesses I think that men have nowadays, or just humans in general, is that we are so blind to our strengths. We can be strong, we can find strength in being blind to our weaknesses, not seeing our weak points. However, I think it's such a great weakness that we are blind to our strengths. That oftentimes we can be so self critical, so down on ourselves, always thinking about the areas we need to improve, that we become blind to all of our strengths, to all of our strong points. A lot of the times, our weaknesses are just our strengths being misused. Your fear is just your strength. Your fear is the desire to do something great being misused into a lack of action. Your people pleasing is simply your desire to serve others being misused in a wrong way. Yet we can be so self-critical. We can see the weak areas in our life and forget that we have strengths as well. We can look past our strengths, our strong points in life, and we just focus on the negative. And it's oftentimes you have other people point out your strengths and tell you how great you are and tell you all the amazing things about you, and yet we struggle to believe it. But we have to change our mindset to understand our strengths, to understand the things that are truly great about us. Because we were all made in God's image, meaning there is greatness in every single one of us. Because God is within us. God has made everything. Everything comes from the perspective of God, comes from God's image, comes from God's creation. Meaning that you are made from God's image. Meaning that you are made to be great. God does not make things to fail. God didn't make humans for us to be failures, for us to be rubbish, for us to be weak. But He made us for His glory. And if it's for His glory, then it's going to be great. If it's for His glory, then there are great things we can do to glorify Him. But in order to achieve that, we must learn to not just be so focused on the weakness, to not be blind to our strong points, to all the talents and the gifts that He has given us in life. We need to learn how to use our weak points to glorify Him. There's a scripture, I believe it's in 1 Corinthians chapter 10 or chapter 9. I'm not 100% sure where it is, but it says, for when we are weak, we are strong. And there's a reason why we are strong when we are weak. Because we learn to rely on God and to look for the good things within the weak, to look towards God when we are weak. And I think that when you look towards God, you will understand how great He is and how great He wants you to be. And you're able to focus on all the strengths in life. But yeah, that's all I really have today. I believe our greatest weakness is that we are blind to our strength. And people say that our greatest strength is being blind to our weakness, which is true to an extent. However, I think you can be so much more great when you learn not to be blind to the strengths and learn to not be so focused on the weaknesses.